Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. And the very next day, that fat juicer hit on fucking UFC. Okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy, JP. And in today's video, we will be giving you guys our predictions for every single fight for UFC Fight Night out in Tampa, Florida, the final fight night of the year. It should be a good one. We have a lot of good fights on it. I'm hoping there's a lot of action, a lot of potential for that. But before we dive into the card, just want to give a quick shout out to all of you as our current viewers, our current subscribers, and even our non-subscribers. We appreciate you as always. If you aren't subscribed, please do us a favor, get subscribed. It's free to do. It makes our day. Trust us. It means more than you know. We love it. We want to interact with you guys too. So if you guys have topics you want us to cover in a video or just questions, comments, or just want to share your thoughts on the fights, feel free to leave a comment. We like that as well. JP, I'll hand it over to you to kick us off for this fight night.
Yeah, man. Last one of the year in Tampa. Crazy year. Crazy year. I learned something this year. Your boy can't hit a fucking lock. Okay? I mean, Jesus Christ. I got one dart and I missed. All right? Whatever. We're moving on. 10-4. That was the main thing. All right. Last week, enjoyable card. Some people were hating on it, but I thought it was pretty enjoyable. This one, should be pretty good as well. Did I lose you? I think I lost you. Oh, you're back. And just like that, he's back, the magic man.
I'm back.
Yeah, first fight on the night, Pierre Rodriguez, Josephine Knutsson.
Yeah, good little fight to get us started. I don't know a ton about Pierre Rodriguez, to be honest. Looking here on Tapology, 5 KOs, has some power in her hands. She's 2-2 in the UFC. She is coming off of a 2-fight losing streak to an armbar, and then intentional headbutts. Yikes. That's hey man, if you're having to resort to the headbutts, respect, but at the same time, they're illegal and you will lose that fight. Sam Hughes is a win on that card there. I just don't buy into a Sam Hughes win at this point. Looking at these women's fighters, like you lose to Sam Hughes, you win against Sam Hughes. What does that even mean to us at this point? I don't know. I always see that name. I'm like, well, Sam Hughes is kind of dog water. Either way, but going up against Josephine Knutsson, undefeated fighter. She's young. She's 28, 8-0. She has 7 decision victories, though. That's the one thing that kind of scares me. Like, doesn't have power in her hands, whereas, um, what's her face? I'm forgetting her name already. Rodriguez does. Like, she will hit hard. She will hit hard. But at the same time, I think I'm gonna have to put my money with the undefeated fighter, innocent until proven guilty, undefeated until beaten. I can't pick against her, so I'm taking Knutsson to get us started.
Yeah, Knudsen also trains out of Hamzat's gym, if I'm not mistaken. Out of Sweden. I just like her movement more. Like on the feet, stand up. I mean, if there's a lock on this card, it's this fight going over 2.5. That's for goddamn sure. Okay? But maybe don't listen to me, because I can't hit a fucking lock. Who knows at this point? Okay? But yeah. I like Knutson's footwork, her movement, her hands. It just looks better to me. I like that better. I'll back you go, Knutson, as well.
All right, moving up the card, we have Davy Grant taking on Ramon Tavares. Tavares? You get the
Tavares,
deal.
I think. Yeah, same thing. Brad's brother. Yeah. Right now it's a pick 'em. This would be a close one. Davy's older. What is he? 38. If there's another thing this year has taught me, I have been a heavy. If you watch the show, you know this. I don't have to say this, but I've been a heavy fade the 40s or 40-ish, and it has come to bite me in the ass quite a bit on this card, or not this card specifically, but this year. But Davy's got decent kickboxing, decent boxing. He can move a little bit. He'll mix it up a little bit. He's not really a wrestling guy, a grappling guy. He's got grappling to like stay off the ground per se, stay off his back and get up, which is fine. Tavares, the younger guy, he's definitely got more power. I think they're gonna slang and bang. They both like fighting off their front foot. Davey will come forward. Tavares likes to come forward. I think it just depends on who establishes themselves first because they like going forward, and I don't think either guy's good off the back foot if they have to be. But I like Tavares, man. The younger fighter, he's got power. I like his stand up. Davey's wild. He's a decision king, but I don't know. He's not anything special. He's decent, but I'm gonna take Tavares with the power, and I think he does have a little bit better grappling if he has to resort to it. But I'm taking Tavares.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot. I think I alluded to it in the last fight. Innocent until proven like guilty. I don't think you can convince me that a guy that's 6-6 inside the UFC will. I'll go against myself later in the card. I will admit that straight up. But a guy that's 6-6 in the UFC, like you're showing us, okay, you'll win one, but you also have a lot of gaps in your game and you'll lose a couple as well. Whereas Tavares, on the other hand, he's already made up for the one blemish on his record, which you love to see. Like, go get yours back, go get that loss back, win over that guy. And he came out against Series CD, who he lost to on the Contender Series, and fought really well. And that's what you expect against a guy that's gonna make a push. Inside of a division, he's younger. JP said it. He has a ton of power. I like the potential in this one for him to find a knockout, and if not the knockout, to at least do enough to get the decision victory. I don't think he takes it to the ground. However, to strike there with CD and find success tells me all I need to know. I like your striking at that point. And then we see the win over Romeos as well, who Romeos has a lot of strong power wrestling. So I think that goes to show like really anything that Grant throws at him, he'll have a counter for. And I like the youth. I like the power. He's on the rise, and I think Grant's kind of coming down. And I'll allude to that a lot. And in this one, I'm also taking Tavares.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the CD thing. That reminded me. In both of those fights, Tavares did miss weight. So if he misses weight, don't freak
It's a
out.
lot.
It's a lock. It's a fucking lock. I mean, at this point, Battle lost weight. I mean, we've seen it what 3 times since starting the show. These people miss weight and they still win the fight. So close one so far. We haven't picked against each other. We'll see how long it lasts. Next fight, Miranda Maverick, Jamie Lynn Horth.
Yeah, I'll keep this one short and sweet. The shorter girl, Miranda Maverick, she's going to put the pressure on Horth. She's going to look to wrestle, get her to the ground. We've seen Maverick fight a few times now on the show. I like her overall game. The hands are looking a little bit better on the feet, so that's a plus. I just don't like anything that Horth has to offer. And I think that that's really the story of this fight. Miranda Maverick will be the heavy favorite. Um, Horth in her last time out, she almost lost a split decision. I don't think it should have been split. However, it clearly wasn't enough on the judges' scorecards. And I don't think she's going to do anything in this one to, win a decision. She doesn't have great power. The jujitsu just keeps her safe at times, but it doesn't win her fights. I just don't love it at all. And we're not in Canada. When we were in Canada, she was on that card and the crowd was behind her, yada yada yada. That's not the case. And now you're going up against a Miranda Maverick that was supposed to fight Tracy Cortez. So it's, you know, time to put up or shut up if you're Jamie Lynn Horth, and I think she gets shut up on Saturday. Give me Miranda Maverick.
Not really much else to be said. I mean, yeah, we said it because we both picked Horth in that fight, right, when she was in Canada.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was, at least for me, for sure, it was a
Kind of
toss up.
dicey.
I didn't know who I wanted to go with. She's in Canada. She's from Canada. Pick the Canadian fighter, and then it got dicey, and we sweated it out. Yeah, I mean Maverick, her hands have come a long way. She's strong. Granted, Jamie's gonna be the bigger girl, but she proved to us in that last fight she's not
Yeah.
gonna use the size. So, I mean, yeah, pretty much a lock. We don't lock women's fighters anymore, but yeah, give me Miranda Maverick.
Yeah, man. Shout out real quick. Shout out to AJ MMA. Always locking the women. I will say that. This dude's always locking the women. Asked him for Wayne Gang. Wayne Gang got sat down real quick, and I gave him shit today. I DM'd him and said, "Hey, we don't lock women's fights here on Locked Door MMA. That's a new trend of ours." But I definitely think Maverick gets it done. All right, that moves us up the card. Miles Johns taking on Felipe Lima.
um, interested to see who you pick here. Um, so Miles Johns when he fought, who did he fight? We broke him down. Did you pick him in that fight? Was it?
Cody Garbrandt.
Did
It was
we?
the Cody Garbrandt fight that we thought he was gonna fight. Then that
Oh,
fight got canceled at the last second.
it was. It never got to see him. Here's my thing. Okay, first of all, Miles Johns is going up in weight for this fight. Take that how you will. Normally a 135er is that 145. Second thing, okay, we broke down a fight with a guy named Naimov in it. His opponent pulled out. Felipe Lima was introduced. Me and Brevin didn't get a chance to like break it down, watch film on him, nothing. Still picked Naimov. Watch the fight. This Lima kid looks like the real fucking deal. Okay, we'll have to see. Miles Johns is tough, good vet. He's quick. He's strong. Whatever. Sue me. I like Lima a lot. I think he's nasty. Submitting Naimov in a debut. Could he get fraud checked? Maybe. But I think this Lima kid's tough. He's quick. He's got power. Phenomenal jiu-jitsu. Give me Lima, man.
Yeah. Felipe Lima, GP said it. He came out, stepped in, short notice, and put on a nice performance. However, the one thing that JP probably forgot, and a lot of you are going to forget, is that he was down 2 rounds to 0. He had not won a single round. He was actually getting beat up, and his coaches were really on his ass in the corner. You have to find a finish. You have to dig deep and find a finish. And he did in that third round. Naimov gassed out. Um, take that as you will. I don't know how much you want to read into that. However, Felipe Lima stepping into the UFC, even though it's a good win, you still have to prove to me that you belong here. Miles Johns is somebody that's been inside the UFC, has been in a lot of great fights, has fought some of the top level guys. And let's not forget that he was scheduled to fight Cody Garbrandt, former champion, twice. That those fights got canceled. I had picked Miles Johns in those fights. I do think he has a skill set to be very, very good. Moving up is great for him. He's a bigger guy. He's very well built. He can wrestle really well. And I think not having to cut all that weight is going to help his gas tank, which has always been his downfall. And if you look at it, Miles Johns hasn't lost since 2022. I like Miles Johns a lot, and I'm getting him as a plus 200 plus underdog. I say plus 200 plus, but it's more than 200. He's a big time underdog, and I don't really understand why because Felipe Lima has one fight in the UFC where he was losing 2 rounds to 0, and then he found a late sub. I mean, I'll take it. Give me Miles Johns, the underdog.
Yeah, it'll be a good fight. It'll be a damn good fight. I mean that. I mean, it's a good point you make. That plus 200 plus. Hey, might have to plus out some money for that. All right. I didn't think that's who your dog was. That's interesting. I like that.
That was my dog. That was my dog.
All right, moving up, Sean, the troll boy. I'm sorry, that was rude. I didn't need to say that. Sean Woodson versus Fernando Padilla.
I'm sorry. Why are we hating on Sean Woodson when Padilla is not a looker either? All right.
He ain't a
I
looker,
mean,
but he
why?
don't look like a troll that got stretched out. He, Sean Woodson looks like a troll that you put under a fucking baking roller and they're making dough out of it and they just threw it to the side. All right.
Yeah, I mean, Stretch Armstrong over here. You're not wrong. The dude used to be like 300 pounds. Like, let's not forget. He
Oh,
used
did
to
he
be
really?
former heavyweight boxer Sean Woodson. Yeah, I swear to God. Swear to God. Similar to Brian Battle.
I
But a
say
lot of
another
people
Pooh
forget
Bear.
that. That's why he's got those hands that he does, man. And that's why he hits so hard. He's a great boxer. Um, yeah, he's on a tear. Everyone that if you've watched his channel, if you haven't watched his channel, if you just know me, you know that I like Sean Woodson a lot. He's somebody that I've actually predicted that one day he'll fight for the title inside this featherweight division, standing at 6'2" as a featherweight. It's absolutely mind-boggling. I can't stress that enough. Weighing in at 145, 6'2". I am 6'1". I look skin and bones when I get down to 170, which is what I was once upon a time. Sean Woodson's weighing in at 145. Um, but his opponent, Padilla, similar build. They're both tall, they're both lanky. Padilla, he's got a good skill set. He can find submissions. However, the one thing about Padilla that I don't like is he doesn't shoot takedowns. He'll find submissions after knockdowns in like standing positions. So he'll pull guard in some situations, but he doesn't shoot a lot of takedowns to get into position to find like the Darce. And maybe someone would make an argument that Sean Woodson's kryptonite is a Darce choke. Well, he's only lost to a Darce once. I don't think that's going to be this fight. I think Sean Woodson's going to be able to find success on the feet. The boxing will be there. Look for the body shots. They'll probably go to decision. I just have always had faith in Sean Woodson by decision. If you look at Padilla's decision record, it ain't so hot. I promise you that. He's 2-5 when it goes to decision, and I don't think he's won a decision in like 5+ years. It's been a very long time. Sean Woodson, on the other hand, he's great when it goes to decision. He does a lot on the feet. He's flashy. He throws a lot of volume, and all that scores on the judges' scorecards. You can trust me on that. Give me Sean Woodson. It probably goes to decision, but I think Sean Woodson gets it done.
Yeah, no surprise here. No surprise. I figured I know how much you like Sean Woodson, so I figured you were taking him. Yeah, he likes to sit from range and just pick you apart. Just shots. Keep touching you. Keep touching you. He cuts angles really well. Most of the guys that he's fighting, again, like you said, he's fucking 6'2". So if they put him against the cage in the clinch, I mean, dude's fucking towering over him. His knees are right there. You know. Um, but yeah, like you said about Padilla, I like Padilla's skill set a lot. I do. I hear what you're saying about him not shooting, which I mean, that's really just the fucking story of it 90% of the time, right? Is this guy's better at grappling, but we're just going to give too much light of day to stand up and not ever implement your grappling. I mean, Chris Weidman 101. Dude forgot how to wrestle. Um, so yeah, but I like Padilla's power. I know Woodson in one of his recent fights got dropped real bad. I think he's gotten kind of used to the shorter guys, the smaller guys. So sometimes maybe those hands don't come back as high as they should. Um, but Padilla will put pressure on you. Padilla will walk you down, walk you forward. I think he puts pressure on him in this fight. Personally, I believe that Padilla will be able to get him down or get his hands on him in some way. Because if we're just going to sit there and point fight this dude, you're going to lose. This is what this guy does. But I like the value on Padilla, man. I really do. I like Sean Woodson, but I'm going to take Padilla. I think he's got power. I think he can do it.
Interesting. So that's your dog. That's your dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
Back
buddy.
to back fights.
Oh, buddy. You know I was not gonna pick against the St. Louis native, my boy Sean Woodson.
I
I
figured
mean,
not.
God, man. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Pick against my boy. He'll prove you wrong once more. You probably picked him in the Charles Jordan, or you probably picked Jordan in that fight too, but
Nah, I picked
hey,
Sean.
man.
I picked Sean.
Sean's always coming through for your boy. I think he gets it done again. All right, that moves us up the card. Drocker Klose. Close. How do you say that? Kloss? Who gives a shit?
Close.
Going up against Joel. Alvarez.
Brevin, I don't know if you remember. You remember me telling you a story of I worked with this guy's brother?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Yeah, one of the I used to work at an old folks home as like a server. And Klose's brother worked there for like a couple weeks. Very strange. It was a strange time, strange interactions, but yeah, kind of cool. Hear his stories. With that being said, I think Drakkar Klose is getting the shit kicked out of him. All right,
Yeah,
Joel Alvarez is disgusting, nasty, grappling, on the feet, everywhere, cutting angles, beautiful. Dude's also stacked, ripped out of his goddamn mind. Uh, I mean, Klose, he isn't terrible. He's decent. He's a pressure guy. He'll come forward. I just think if he's going to come forward like that, I think he's in trouble with the grappling. I think he's in trouble with the hands. Even getting to fucking Joel. Joel's got what, a 7-inch reach in this fight?
yep,
I mean, no way in my mind, not even close. I think he starches him, club and sub. However, this fight's not going the distance. Give me Joel Alvarez.
yeah. Yeah, man, this dude's got 17 wins by submission. Talking about Alvarez here, he's an absolute killer, and his thing is similar to Sean Woodson and JP's pick in the last fight. He's so long for this lightweight division. I mean, JP said it, 7-inch, 8-inch reach advantage. The height advantage is going to be there, and you know what that does? It allows him to lock in some deep, deep submissions when you're a specialist. And yeah, he's a submission specialist, but the hands have been looking sharper than ever as of late. One thing JP talked about Alvarez with the last time that he fought, after watching the fight, was the patience. Once he has a guy hurt, he won't rush. And that's what you really need to put these guys away. Once you rush, you can get caught. I mean, we saw that with Joshua Van and 2 fights ago when the spinning back fist. He was rushing in to try to find a finish, got spinning back fist, and then he was wobbled. He almost got finished. You got to be patient. You got to pick your shots. Joel Alvarez does a very nice job at doing that. And then the submissions, he'll knock you down and then just wrap your neck up. When you're scrambling, trying to figure out where you are, he'll wrap those long limbs, no diddy, around the neck. Okay. Put you to sleep. This guy's an absolute killer. Give me Joel Alvarez. I also think he finds a guillotine on Close. Tell his brother, hey, sorry, pal. This ain't the nursing home no more, but your brother should be in one once he gets done with Joel Alvarez. I'm taking Alvarez all day.
That was brother. Yeah, I don't even think he like gave us 2 weeks or nothing. He just didn't show up one day and never came.
Yeah,
Strange
that's
time.
probably what his brother's going to do after he gets tapped on Saturday.
Strange time. Yep. Joel Alvarez by finish, man. Double chance. Who cares? Either way.
The double victory. The double victory. I think he can find the sub. I mean, Close, he's a wrestler. You know those wrestlers, they try to shoot those doubles and they stick that neck out there. They try to put their head on your hip, and then once you do that, arm's gonna slither its way through, find its home, and put you to sleep.
100%. And like, especially if he stuffs a couple of them at first, then he's just going to keep shooting. The more they shoot, I mean, especially with a guy this high level in grappling, the more you shoot, more risk you're taking. It's getting more dangerous every time.
Yeah.
Um, this next one, I mean, holy shit. Keep it short and sweet. This fight fucking sucks. Michael Johnson, Ottoman Azaitar.
Azaitar. Yes, sir. Michael Johnson, dude. This dude. I mean, he's one of the few individuals that has a negative record inside the UFC over the course of his career and is still with the organization. I mean, the dude's record is 14 and 15. That's insane. That's insane. From 2010 to 2024. Span of 14 years. Holy smokes. He was very young when he joined the UFC. And to be honest with you, we break down a ton of fighters that are much older than Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson, he's still only 38, and he's been in the UFC for that freaking long. He's fought some of the most well-rounded, beloved Hall of Fame fighters that you could ever fight inside this division. Dustin Poirier, he knocked Dustin Poirier the fuck out. All right, let's not forget about that. Khabib, he fought Khabib, ended up losing by Kimura in round 3, but he was touching Khabib. I'm not gonna lie, he was piecing him up a little bit. Justin Gaethje, he wobbled him a few times. Now, granted, he lost to some of these guys, but he does have a lot of potential when he has things clicking. All right, but he'll just lose some random fights. I don't think he loses to Ottoman Azaitar though. Azaitar, somebody that I don't want to say he's a fraud inside the UFC, but he's got no good wins inside the UFC. He took like a 2 year break at one point, came back, never really looked the same, gassed in both fights. Like, I don't like it. I don't like what he has to offer. I think Michael Johnson has the hands to get it done in this one. I think it stays standing. And if it doesn't look for Azaitar to gas, which then I still would have my money on Michael Johnson, but I think he's got the hands to put a Zaitar away, or at least do enough to win on the judges' scorecards for sure.
Um, yeah. This fight fucking sucks. Azaitar's a can. Quite literally, I just pulled him out of my recycle bin. Okay, Azaitar is a can. Revan's got one. He's got a Zaitar's brother. What the hell am I saying? Yeah, this fight sucks. Michael Johnson, his full record is 22-19. That is terrible. At some point, I would have stopped if it's getting that close. And then
But
Brevin
tell me
even said it.
why. Tell me why he's still in the UFC.
Says yes, I guess, to everything. Who knows? He's probably on Dana's good side.
Well, and when he wins, it's flashy. He has flashes of greatness. I'm telling you, he looks like a completely different fighter every time he fights. He has flashes of being fucking champion. I kid you not. I'm dead ass. I'm being so serious. But then he'll go out against a nobody and get heel hooked, or he'll get subbed. I mean, the ground is his weakness. When fights stay standing, he's been great. But when he gets taken down, when he gets subbed, I mean that's all of his losses pretty much. I mean, he's been subbed 9 times.
um, I mean, yeah, that's fair. All fair points. All right, but the bottom line is this fight is fucking ass. I said it for the fourth time. Um, he's 14-15 in the UFC. He's gonna be 15-15 after this weekend. Give me Michael Johnson. um, I will give you guys a lock for this fight. Under 2.5, 100%. There's no way this fight goes the distance.
You don't think so?
Nah, somebody's getting knocked out. Somebody's getting knocked out. I just think Michael's gonna be the one to knock the other guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Azaitar's been clipped up by everybody at this point.
Fucking can, brother. He's a can.
All right. Moving up the card. We got some 205ers. Navajo Sterling taking on Tokkos.
Hugo. Shout out to all the Breaking Bad fans out there. Okay.
Shout out to Taco Tuesday for feeding this fat boy.
Oh, I sucked down a couple tacos. Whoa. um, I don't know. Sometimes I just say the dumbest shit on camera. Um, yeah, Navajo Sterling. Great striking. Strong guy. Big dude. Tuco, cheeks. He's okay. His stand up's not great. What he's gonna have to do to win the fight, I feel like, is wrestle fuck Sterling, lay and pray, beat him up. Don't see that happening. I think Sterling striking's better. We just gotta stuff a couple takedowns and he wins. That's literally it. Because this guy's gonna get clipped up from him, try and panic wrestle. We can't stop him. He's screwed. Fraud check. I think he can. Give me Sterling.
Yeah. No, I think he gets it done as well. I mean, Tuco's done absolutely nothing. I don't even know how you said he was okay. He's 0-1 inside the UFC, 0-2 inside of Bellator. The only success he's had is in
Breaking
Fury
Bad.
FC. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, stick to acting, big boy. I don't know. He does nothing that I like. So I'm also taking Navajo Sterling. Get it done. He'll knock him out.
Number one light heavyweight in Australia and New Zealand. I know.
The, what does that mean?
That's just what Sterling is.
I know. Doesn't really prove much.
5-0 too. Short record. This next one should be decent. Daniel Marcos, Adrian Yanez.
Yeah. I'm excited for this one. Obviously, anytime you have an undefeated fighter, it creates a lot of buzz. You either want to see him continue on with the streak or you want to see him lose that zero this weekend. Um, I mean, both guys are so skilled. They're the same age. They're basically identical when it comes to the height and the reach. Yanez has done some good things as of late, um, beating Vinicius. I like Vinicius a lot. He did lose to Jonathan Martinez, leg kicks. We saw that coming. And then lost to Rob Font in 2023, which is just not the best look, if you ask me. Marcos, on the other hand, has had some like not as high level as of fights on his resume. However, he just hasn't lost, so I like that to him. He's got hands. He'll go to decision. He throws good volume. I think he gets it done on Saturday. So I'm taking Daniel Marcos over Yanez to continue on being undefeated.
Yeah. Basically, I feel like Marcos and Yanez both have decent leg kicks, decent stand up. I feel like Marcos has better takedown defense, better grappling prevention, because it's not like he's gonna grapple fuck you, you know. But yeah, you said they're similar in height and reach and all this. They're also similar in styles. I just think Marcos is better at it. I think if they go to decision, I think
Yeah.
Marcos can edge him out, and he's just better at it. So give me Marcos as well.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it can swing. It can go the other way when the styles are just so damn similar. One guy could just have an off night. That stuff happens, but I think on paper you have to go with the better guy when they're on. When they have their game rolling, I definitely think Marcos is the better guy.
Right.
All right, moving up the card. Vitor Petrino taking on Dustin Jacoby.
Let's not overthink this one. Okay. Any of you out there that are picking Jacoby or putting your money on Jacoby, what the fuck are we doing? Okay. Oh my god, but Petrino lost Anthony Smith. Look how bad. Shut up. All right. Yeah, it happened. He tried to double leg him, stuck his neck into a fucking guillotine. Anthony Smith's been doing jujitsu forever. Whatever. It happened. Bad mistake. Petrino's a killer. Still disgusting. Jacoby just lost to fucking Daddy Dom. Okay, Dominic Reyes.
Teddy Dom.
I think that's a UFC or a UFC. I think that's like a WWE wrestler or something too. Um, but yeah, not overthink it. Petrino's a killer. He's gonna kill this guy. Give me Vitor.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the age is a big factor too. I mean, Vitor, like, yeah, lost to Anthony Smith, but that's okay, dude. This guy's young. He's 27. Doesn't really look it, but he's 27. You're going to have mistakes here and there. That loss to Anthony Smith might be the best thing for this kid's career. I mean, sometimes that's all it takes, right? That one mistake, you learn from it. Then all of a sudden, it doesn't happen again. You make people fight you the way you need to fight, and then you're fighting for the belt the next day. If he puts it together, this dude, like JP said, is an absolute killer. I think he can against Dustin Jacoby. I mean, Jacoby's best chance at success is just finding a lucky right hook and overhand right. Like he's thrown it before. I mean, but so do all of these fighters, right? They throw these overhands, these bow nickel overhands. Hope that it finds the jaw,
So bad.
whatever. I mean, and then if you lose like that, fine. If Jacoby goes out there and knocks Petrino out with a lucky overhand, whatever. It is what it is. But overall skill set, dude, Petrino is so much more well rounded. He's got the much more potential in this one, and honestly, the lines are pretty good for what I believe, is a big mismatch here in this fight.
100%. Short and sweet. Next one. 125ers going at it. But now Kape, butt cheeks boy, Mokayev's boyfriend. Okay, the guy who likes to say the F word in the octagon. All right. No, that is not fuck. All right. I can't say that word, but I can say fuck all I want. Maybe not. Shut up. Who cares? Manel Cop, Bruno Silva.
This dude's yapping again, man. Star Boy going up against the Bulldog. Bruno Silva, nice win over Cody Durden last time out. We saw that knockout. It caught me by surprise, but you know what? Cody Durden was piecing this dude up, piecing the Bulldog up, giving the Bulldog a treat. And the Bulldog found a lucky overhand. Like I said in the last fight. All right, that's fine. But that's what he does, right? He knocks people out if he can find the home for his punches. However, Manel Kape, he's been in there with some guys that have been absolute killers, like Sakura. Guess who's beaten Asakura? Manel Kape. I like that for him. I mean, he's coming off the loss to Mikhaev, who got cut from the UFC. I mean, the dude's just gonna try to hold you down. I don't care, man. I don't care. Before that, he was fighting really well. I think he gets back on the right side of the win column here. The win loss column. I think he gets it done. Give me Manel Kape, probably by decision. I think he wrestles him. I think he looks pretty good. The hands are going to look pretty good. I just don't believe in Bruno striking besides, the one shot wonders, the knockout power. It's there, but it's there for a lot of these guys. And overall skill set, I think Kop's got more to offer.
On the feet, Manel's faster. I think he cuts angles better. I think he's got better kicks. I mean, on the feet, I just think Manel's better everywhere on the feet. So what is Bruno gonna do? Is he gonna take him down? He's gonna. Manel just survived against Mokaev, who's way better grappling than Bruno Silva. MMA math, yeah, sure. I don't care. When it's grappling, Mokaev was better than Bruno Silva's gonna be at grappling. Yeah, I agree. Give me a Manel Cop.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he fought Kai Asakura twice. It's funny, dude. In that fight, he was wearing basketball shoes.
Manel?
Swear, yeah, I
What
swear to
the?
God, dude.
What kind?
The
Is he wearing KDs?
Yeah, man. I don't even know he had them LeBrons out there, but he was kicking Asakura with them LeBrons. For I don't even know
That should
what
be
was going on
cheating.
and what I was watching. Yeah, man. But I think he finds another W here on Saturday. Also like those or that line for Manel Cop at this point. All right, moving up the card. We got old man Cub Swanson going up against Billy Q Quarantillo.
Weird fight. Weird fight. Earlier I told you guys about Fade the 40s. This was me a couple weeks ago. I would have saw that and been like, Fade the 40s, Fade Cub Swanson. Cub didn't look terrible against Feely. And if you're asking me, I think Feely beats Quarantillo. I don't think Quarantillo does anything that Cub hasn't seen. I don't think he's going to grapple him the whole time. I don't think he's just going to outclass him, which is what at this point you either need to finish Cub Swanson or outclass him to win. I can't see Billy doing either of that. If anything, I can see Billy getting pieced up on the feet by Cub. Do I think Cub retires? Maybe, especially if he wins. But I'm actually going to go Cub Swanson.
Are you really?
I am.
So you lied to me.
Did I?
You did lie.
Oh, is he a dog?
He's a dog.
Oh, he is. I did lie. I'm sorry. I got caught in a lie. Red handed. That'll be on the
Red
internet
haired.
forever. Red hair, red handed.
Hey man, I don't disagree with your points that you made. However, they're both very, very similar at this point in their careers. Don't do a ton to impress me. However, last time out, Billy Q was up against Yusuf Salah, and Zalal's he's on a tear, dude. Like, I'm not gonna fault him for losing to Yusuf Salah. Like everybody's lost to Yusuf Salah. Um, yeah, but Cub Swanson, 41, he's not gonna. he's no Zalal. He's not gonna take you down and submit you. I mean, they're gonna stand and trade. It's gonna look very similar to the Feely fight where they're just exchanging punches. And at this point, like they're both throwing pillows, so they're gonna eat a lot of shots. They may have the potential for fight of the night because they both threw a lot of volume, ate a lot of volume, and it's just kind of sloppy and ugly. I mean, they're both old. They probably should both hang it up. But I do think the height, I like the height. Really Q's got the height on Cub. Cub's gonna have to find the home for his hands, which sometimes he does okay with, sometimes he struggles. I just think Billy Q can find that edge, land more punches, and get the decision victory.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like just watching him reach when he was striking with Zalal, like watching him reach for it. I mean, granted, like you said, Zalal's way quicker and creative on the feet than Cub Swanson, but yeah, who knows? I didn't realize Cub was a dog though. Interesting. Plus 136 right now. Eh, we'll have to see. We will have to see. On to the main event. Unfortunately, okay, like Joaquin Buckley said, it's no longer the Buck versus the Cuck. Okay, Ian Gary already fought, and he almost won. He almost won. He had that rear naked. All right, that Cuck had that rear naked in deep and smoked it. Unfortunately, Colby Covington versus Joaquin Buckley.
Man, oh man. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little torn on this one. Colby Covington, coming off the loss to Leon Edwards in 2023, has had some time away. He's probably rejuvenated now that Trump was elected. I mean, let's not forget to factor that in. The extra adrenaline that this man will have. Actually, I think this would sway my pick. Is Trump going to the fights?
I don't
That's what
know.
I need to know.
I
That's what I
it's
need to know.
it is in Florida, so I wouldn't be shocked if he did.
Because the night of the fights on Saturday, if I see Donald J. Trump walking into the arena, my money instantly will be on Colby Covington. The amount of testosterone and adrenaline that this guy gets pumped into his body for America, I don't think he loses. I don't think anyone touches this guy. Um, that might change my pick, but I don't think Trump's going to show up. Trump's got more important shit to do. That being said, Joaquin Buckley is going to stuff the wrestling of Colby. I think he's got much bigger power at this point in his career. We saw the fucking knockout of Wonder Boy. That was great. That was great, and he's been on an absolute tear. Um, he's got some losses back in his day that I'm not too fond of. But, sometimes fighters change. Sometimes things click for certain fighters, and I think he's one of those guys. He's really put it all together. I think he gets it done over Covington at this point in their careers. There was a point that Covington, I think, beats Buckley, but not on Saturday, and that's what matters. Give me Joaquin Numansa Buckley.
I think Colby. I mean, like you said, Colby's a volume striker with the pressure wrestling, and then he's just got an insane gas tank. He'll gas you out and just beat you up, right? But I can't see in my head Colby coming forward and having success with his hands. He does not have power, and it's just volume. Joaquin, I mean, look at the way he fought Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy's a tricky fight. Very hard. I don't care how old he is.
Yeah.
He's a master at striking. So him knocking out Wonder Boy, I hold him very high regard. Okay, it's tough to do because Wonder Boy's a tough puzzle with those side kicks coming out as quick as they are. I can't see Colby doing anything on the feet unless Joaquin's hands drop a little bit. Which, if Joaquin gets ragdolled, he might start dropping him to stuff a couple takedowns. Colby might hit him 1-2. I just can't see it though. I can't see it. Joaquin's explosive. He's strong. He's got decent wrestling. He likes to come forward and put pressure. I think he's going to come forward and put Colby on the back foot, and I think it's going to make Colby out of sorts. I don't think Colby's the same as he used to be. I think the Kamaru Usman fights, I think those just beat him up. All the bad blood in the Usman fights in the Woodley. Did he fight Woodley? I don't remember. Who cares?
Yeah, he did.
Um, in the Masvidal fights, and then Masvidal sucker punching him on the street. I know Colby's got a whole shtick. Whatever. I mean, you do you, but I think it's all caught up to him. I don't think he's the
Yeah.
same guy. I think he's ducking Ian Gary for a reason. The only reason I would want to see Colby win this fight is so he gets the Ian Gary fight next. But no, no shot. I think Buckley's too much for him. Again, I think he's going to put him on the back foot. I think he's winning. Give me Buckley.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with you, and you alluded to it there. That win over Wonderboy was phenomenal. And I don't think Buckley's going to get enough credit for that win. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out there against Colby and looks even better in the striking department than he did against Wonderboy. You have to be calculated going up against Wonderboy when it comes to the striking. He can turn your lights off with one head kick, and it comes so quick, so
Yeah.
fast. I mean, that's what that dude specialized in for his entire life. Against Colby, I don't think that same threat is there. There's really just the threat of the takedown. And I think Joaquin's strong enough, explosive enough to either defend or get back up if he gets taken down. And hell, he might find some takedowns of his own. And a lot of people won't expect that. But that's what he's been doing. He'll put you up against a cage and he'll press against you and then land the double. He could do that. He's so strong. I mean, this dude is so damn strong. And Colby, similar to what I was talking about in the Wonder Boy thing, Colby's going to be afraid of the power. Colby's going to try to be careful. And then if you do that against Joaquin, you're not being aggressive enough. And then I think Joaquin kind of has his way. He can pick whatever he wants to do. If he wants to strike, if he wants to wrestle. Yeah, I'd look for him to look really good, especially with the newfound confidence after that Stephen Thompson win. Yeah, all day, man.
Yeah, like you said, he's just on a surge right now. Like the same thing as the law. I mean, they look
Yeah,
like shit early in their career, and then something happens, and they just go
yep,
crazy for a little bit.
it clicks. All right, well that does do it for the car, but it doesn't do it for the show. I almost said the show. It doesn't do it for the show. Don't go anywhere. We have your locked door MMAs picks, the parlays, the things that pay the bills. It's almost Christmas. We want to provide for y'all's families, for your wives, for your girlfriends, your children, maybe yourself. Maybe you're a little selfish and you need something for yourself. We'll provide that to you with the picks. Starting off with Locked Door MMA's Lock of the Night. JP, who do you have for your fighter? Let's get you back up on the saddle, buddy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, my locks are like the freaking Raiders right now. Shambles. Broken. Trash. But that's okay, because this guy's not trash. He's going to dominate. It should be obvious. Give me Joel. 7 inches of reach. Alvarez. I think he's cooking him. I think he's starching him. Club and sub. However you want to do it. Joel Alvarez by finish, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And for my pick to go alongside Joel Alvarez, I'm going to take a man that has one blemish on his record. And to be honest, it was very, very fluky. This dude's an absolute killer. You guys shouldn't be blindsided or blind, not blindsided, blind to the fact that this guy is this good. Give me Vitor Petrino. I think he KOs Dustin Jacoby. Jacoby's going to have to get lucky to find a W on Saturday, and I don't do well with luck. So give me Vitor Petrino.
Big one. Around like 150 right now. Eesh.
Sheesh. You know, I will be very honest with you guys right now. Basic has yet to be made. It's still being made right now as I try to buy myself some time. But you know what? I think I got it on top of my head. Yeah, let's do it. Why freaking not? All right, starting off with the one, the only, Mr. Silver himself. Give me Navajo Stirling. Sterling
Ooh.
Silver. See what I did there? He's getting it done. UFC debut off the Contender Series. A lot of power, a lot of action. He's going to win us a lot of money. Sterling to kick us off. Then I believe in JP, guys. This is what you guys don't understand. When JP's down, there's one person that's always there for him, and it's me. And I think he made the correct pick this week. Give me Joel Alvarez inside of my basic. Trust me, if I didn't believe, if I didn't have that ounce of belief, Joel wouldn't touch the basic, but he's touching it this week. Then, to wrap us up, my lock, of course. Give me Vitor Petrino right now, guys. That's going to put us near even money. Minus 116 currently. We'll throw it up on the screen. It may have changed a little bit. Hopefully, the line gets even better. We can be in plus money, but I like it. Bring you to even money for the basic. Come on, sign me up.
Light work. I forget how the juicer did last week. I think we were off by like 1 or 2. I don't remember. Not sure. But all that matters is this week's basic. Okay? Christmas. December.
This
All
week's
right.
juicer, not the basic. The basic matters.
Son of a
The
bitch.
juicer matters too.
God, I freaking messed it up again. This is what happens when I just sit here and fucking yap. All right? Look, last Christmas, I gave you my heart. And the very next day, that fat juicer hit on fucking UFC. Okay? All right? Now everybody shut up and sit down. First leg, Ramon Tavares. To pick him. Minus 110 right now. All right? Brevin, shut the hell up. We're going with the juicer. Ramon Tavares. Throw him in there. All right, next one. Close fight. Brevin took the other guy. We'll have to see. Felipe Lima. Throw him in there. Next one. My dog. The guy that also was against Brevin's pick. Padilla over Woodson. Throw him in it. All right. Move up. Stirling. All right. Mr. Silver, as Brevin said. Throw him in there. Think he's better? Stuff a couple takedowns. Should be okay. All right. Moving up. Daniel Marcos over Adrian Yanez. Like we said, they're the same person. Marcos is better. Give us Marcos. Last one. Manel Kape over Bruno Silva. It shouldn't really be close. Manel Kape's better. He's fought better comp. Silva's not going to get lucky with the hook. After he was getting his ass beat by Cody Durden, throw Manel Kape in there. 6 legs. Christmas juicer. Not the basic. Okay? The very next day, you're cashing out is what you're doing. That juicer's hitting. The last one of the year? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we're certainly going out with a bang. And then we're rolling over the juicer on Buckley by KO. Just throwing that tidbit in there. All right. That does wrap it up for our picks. We appreciate you guys as always. If you made it this far in the episode, I'm sorry for all the chaos, but I'm not talking about Covington. All right, I'm talking about JP and his shenanigans. He does the whole rigmarole every single week. He can't get his thoughts together because he's yapping so much. But if you made it this far, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you. As always, let's try to build it up to at least 130. We're getting so close. And build this community as big as we possibly can. That would make us very happy, and that would mean a lot to the boys for Christmas. That could be your gift to us since we've been gifting you all these great parlays.
Hey, 100%. We've been gifting you guys a nice around 70% win rate. Okay? I'm just saying. All right? Don't look at the lock record. You can look at Brevin's lock record. Don't look at mine. Okay? That's what happens when you lock fat heavyweights. When you lock women's fights. Don't get me started or else I'll pull out my degree in yapology again. All right, Brevin, anything else for the people before we let them go?
Have a great holiday season. We will see you. I'm sure we'll see you before then. We may come out with the video. We'll obviously come out with the TikTok still. Make sure to follow over on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. keep up with all the stuff that your boys are posting every single week. But like I said, man, we appreciate you. Let's end this year on an absolute banger and get us up to at least 130 subscribers.
Absolutely, man. 2024, what a year for UFC. We look forward to 2025. Some big things coming for the channel, hopefully. Like you said, let's end it with a banger. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby. Hey.